Closing of Michael van Gerwen in the first semi. We're about to bring you the second semi-final between Rob Cross and Nathan Aspinall. Ian Danter and Abby Davies with you, both on talkSPORT 2 and with our live and free watch-alongs on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Very warm welcome to you wherever and however you're tuning into us. Been a busy night in football as well, in the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. Defeats earlier, you heard it on talkSPORT 2 for Tottenham against AZ Alkmaar, 1-0. Manchester United could only manage a draw in Sociedad against Real Sociedad. A penalty after Xerxes had put Manchester United in front. Rangers with a 3-1 win in Fenerbahce against Jose Mourinho has been great for Barry Ferguson to take that into the second leg in Ibrox. And Chelsea also won 2-1 in Copenhagen in the Conference League. The games that are just finishing now, Ajax are trailing at home to Frankfurt in stoppage time in the Europa League. Bodo Glimt have beaten Olympiacos 3-0. Roma have just taken the lead in stoppage time against Athletic Bilbao. And Victoria Plzeň 1-1 with 9-man Lazio in those Europa League games that are just finishing off. But back at the Brighton Centre, the familiar strains of Mr. Brightside from the Killers starts up, signalling once again the arrival on stage of a man who's making the last four quite regularly in the Premier League this year, and Nathan Aspinall totally deserved to get to his semi-final tonight with that 106 average he posted against Stephen Bunting, Abby.
Yeah, one of his best ever Premier League performances, Nathan Aspinall. Myself and Chris Mason talking a little while ago about how good it is to see the Asp looking so comfortable throughout a match. All aspects of his game really firing for him, but just seeing him release the darts with a bit more ease and comfort as well. Really, really pleasing to see. If you're a darts fan, that is what you want, because Nathan Aspinall, when he is on form, is box office to watch, as he showed in dispatching of Stephen Bunting.
Well, these fans don't need karaoke, they know the words off by heart. And away they go, a cappella, finishing off the chorus of Mr. Brightside for the Asp, who as usual making sure that they give it the beans. But he's not the only one on the stage, because soon he'll be joined by his stablemate. Rob Cross will be on the way to the stage very shortly. He was the one that posted a 111 average in seeing off the man who hit a 9-darter tonight, Luke Humphries. And as I mentioned before, Rob Cross was chatting with Hawksby and Jacobs yesterday on talkSPORT from his hotel room ahead of tonight, and sounded very confident. He's already been a winner on the Pro Tour this year. Are we about to see voltage get back to 2017-2018 levels, when he made such an impact on the world of darts in the post-Phil Taylor era?
Well, it's incredibly interesting, isn't it? Because these two players coming into this evening, where Rob Cross in particular, you'd say, I'm just not sure what to expect from him at the moment. There's just not a great deal of consistency, but that opening performance really was mesmerising to watch from him. And if you look at them, I know it was Rob Cross who produced the slightly better performance in the quarterfinals, but it's Nathan Aspinall actually of late who's just been that little bit more consistent. And you feel like, I mentioned it to Chris Mason a little while ago, we forget sometimes how quickly he's come back after those injury issues, and how early on it is in his return.
He's already hit 7 180s tonight, Rob Cross, level with Luke Littler so far in tonight's festivities. Littler's already through to the final, and Nathan Aspinall will take a few practice throws, and we'll get this second semi-final underway in very short order here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. And they're still singing Mr. Brightside out there.
Nathan Aspinall just orchestrating the crowd, getting them on side. A player who, if he wasn't up on the stage, would probably be sat with the ketchup and the baked beans in row F right now.
Dead right. Rob Cross grew up in Hastings. He wasn't born in Sussex, but he moved to Sussex for most of his life. He now lives in Lincolnshire, but this part of the world still means a lot to Voltage. Came through the amateur system in the southeast of England, and then quit his job as an electrician to go full-time, won his tour card, and the rest is history. Well,
we talk a lot, and we've spoken a lot this evening about the UK Open that has just taken place. Luke Littler, of course, triumphant in that, but in 2018, Rob Cross was one of the stories, along with Barry Lynn, one of the emerging stars from that tournament. What can he produce in semi-final number 2? Awaiting the winner of this one, Luke the Nuke Littler, but it's Aspinall who's straight into the red bit. Can he fill it up? A 140 he has to settle for.
Well, both these players lost to Josh Rock at the UK Open this year in successive rounds. Rock, of course, didn't make it all the way to the final.
Do you know what stopped him? The fact that he was my pick to win it.
Oh, is that what it is? You were the Jonah. Well played, Abby. Well played indeed.
57.
Well, follows up the 140 with a 57, Aspinall. So he's got the honour in the odd legs. Remember, it's a race to 6 in all 7 matches of a Premier League night. Lovely 177 pick off from Cross, picking up where he left off really in the match against Humphries. Pressurising the throw already with a chance to break, but he's not down to a finish yet. 187 with Cross about 30 or 40 points back.
Yeah, excellent against the darts from Cross in this one. A 137, 177, and he's got 2 in the red bit again. This is absolutely perfect setup play from Rob Cross. Leaves himself on double 8. And he had a 9-darter hit against him in his opener. He could be about to hit a 10-darter of his own here. Double 8 required. This is special. Misses outside, and he doesn't like the lay of that one. Makes things quite awkward to try and squeeze one through. Not able to do so. This one would sting, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it just? 160 required for Aspinall. Very, very, very slowly positioning himself on the oche. He's hit the first treble 20. Another one leaves tops. There it is. Tops for a stinger. Just over the top. Very close to holding throw, but Cross can still break.
In the end, it was an outer ring stinger for Aspinall himself, as Cross again misses double 8. 2 more missed, comes inside with a second, so it's across to double 4. Oh, and he bends the wire, lets everyone know what he thought of that.
Tops for Aspinall. It's a whole throw after all that. And he's well inside, down to double 10. Oh, he's pinned that, there you go. That's a holder throw. There was so much going on in that leg, but it ends up with Aspinall holding. So Cross will be annoyed by that, but straight back into the red bit with a 125 to start leg 2.
Well, it's a leg dance where Rob Cross was on for a 10-darter, and I just want to remind you and everyone else of their last Premier League meeting, which came a couple of weeks ago, and it started very much like this one did, because Rob Cross stole a march in the opening leg, got himself well ahead, and missed a whole host of darts at the outer ring as Nathan Aspinall piles in a maximum. He ended that contest on night 3 in Dublin with 13% checkout success. And given how that opening leg has gone, those thoughts might be flooding back for Bobby.
Deja vu, Rodney. Aspinall 261 less these. Goes for the bull. just hits 97. Actually, quite a fortunate drift of that final dart. Dropped into very small 17, just beyond the outer ring of the bullseye on 25. Cross coming down to the 19s. Picks off 4 of those. So he's down to a finish. But Aspinall gets another go at a big finish. 164 the outshot. Went for treble 19 first and only hit single. Back up to the 20s. But he's still on a 100 to check out. Cross 135 here, Abby.
Yeah, he'll still fancy his chances of coming back, Nathan Aspinall, and now he knows he will be. And just like the last time these two met, those 6 misses in the opening leg, unsettling cross at the back end of leg number 2 as well. He is down to 80, but Aspinall looking to tidy things up, and he drifts into the wrong segment. Can he rescue it? Treble 19 for tops. What a rescue act. Nathan Aspinall drifted into the treble 1 segment with dart number 1. No hesitation, down for treble 19, back up for tops. And that is clinical.
That's exactly the point, Abby. He's 2-0 up, and I sense there's a tempo to Nathan's throw. Get it from dart 1 to 3, which is just a shade quicker than we might have seen from him at the back end of 2024 into 25. It's just an appreciable difference in the tempo of his game, which is very, very pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, we know it's said so often about Nathan Aspinall and how much he digs in, how much he fights, but when he plays like this, he's reminding everyone that it doesn't always have to be that way for the Asp. He is also good at putting in these big numbers from time to time.
Well, Cross is in a decent position in this third leg. He's 2-0 down. So there's already been a break of throw by Nathan Aspinall. And that meeting you mentioned in Dublin a couple of weeks ago, that was their first meeting since last year's Premier League. They went through pretty much the whole of the campaign without meeting up. And that was in April last year. It's 11-8 to Aspinall in the head-to-heads between these two. Cross not looking too happy up there, but he's down to a finish from 9 darts, 87 left. Aspinall 277 less this visit. Looking good for Voltage to break back if he can sort out the problems on the outer ring that he had in that first leg, Abby.
Yeah, you mentioned that they've not met a great deal in recent times, so if Rob Cross's finishing continues, he'll hope he doesn't see Nathan Aspinall again until 2030.
Luke Littler awaits in the final. Cross is down to double 16. Aspinall will get down to a finish.
65.
But a bounce out means it's only 155 that he'll come back for, if he comes back. Surely this will go for Cross. It does indeed. That's more like it. Just a knowing nod from Voltage as he retrieves that dart from double 16. Back on throw, and he'll have the darts in leg 4, 2-1 down.
Yeah, it felt important as well that it was a no-nonsense win of the leg. No shenanigans at the back end of that. Got in, double 16, set it up nicely, got the job done with the first dart.
Well, to use a well-worn Abigail Davies phrase,
embroiled?
Doesn't want to get embroiled, does he? None of that.
Absolutely not.
So, 2-1 Aspinall in a race to 6 in front of 5,000 enthralled darts fans. They've already more than got their money's worth tonight with a 9-darter from the world number 1 Luke Humphries that ultimately meant nothing against Cross in that quarter-final. But I bet the bar did great takings with all the beer that was lost with that 9-darter. Everyone had to go and recharge their glasses.
A good day to have a straw in your pocket.
I don't carry one usually, amazingly enough. Cross coming down to 19s from 228.
Importantly, you will now, having seen the mopper back you could achieve after a 9-darter. Rob Cross on 94, of course, found himself 2-0 down to Luke Humphries earlier on. We all know how that one ended, and again...
Are you suggesting I'm a minesweeper, by the way, at the end of a night of Premier League darts? I've seen that what they leave behind in the pictures on Ali Pally nights. It's like, oh, blimey. Not touching any of that, thank you very much.
Could have your own Lady in the Tramp moment with a picture. 94 for Rob Cross to level proceedings at 2 apiece, treble 18. And he loves it, he gets it for tops.
Great clutch finish, really nicely done from Rob Cross. So levels your Devils 2-2 on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's got himself back on level terms here, and interestingly, Nathan Aspinall not had a dart at double in those last two. Cross turning the screw now, and he's back in the red bit, treble 20. 2 of them at the start of this leg against the throw. A perfect visit as he comes downstairs and finds the treble 19.
He's just picking up where he left off. Rob Cross, it seems to me, just 100 for Aspinall. Cross then, having hit that 177 on a 9 darter, but that evaporates with dart 4 pitching into small 20. But he's back down to the 19s and picks off 6 more of those. Very, very consistent.
Deserves immense credit here because he missed those 6 darts at the outer ring in leg number 1, and players have so frequently faltered after that, but managed to steady himself, and in the 2 legs that he has had darts at double, he's hit them first time, and he's going to be first down to a finish on the Aspinall throw here. Moves across to the 18s with his last dart to leave himself on a single to double combination, and it is his favourite double 18 that he'll get a look at.
Aspinall coming down from 220 with just a 140, but that puts a little bit of pressure on the cross out shot here. But as Abby says, from 52 he will go 16 double 18. Oh, will he?
Oh.
No, he's gone 20 for double 16. Surprised us both there. You could see he was looking to the top of the board, and there's double 16, so it doesn't matter which way he goes. He's content, Rob Cross, to pick off those clutch finishes, and from being 2-0 down, he now leads 3-2 in a race to 6.
And again, 5 legs into this one, he's averaging up above 111 again. This really is prime Rob Cross with his first maximum of this contest.
Well, this is the sort of form that saw him beat Joe Cullen to win Players' Championship 1 and the second World Series of Darts event where he beat Bunting in the final. Ended up losing 10-6 to Josh Rock in the round of 16 of the UK Open. Oh, he's in for another max. There's another 9 darter potentially in store here.
This is spellbinding stuff from Voltage. Vintage Voltage. 141 points away from perfection.
Crowd on their feet once again. They've seen it once tonight. He's hit the treble 19. Pauses for a moment. Will he go treble 16? He will. Double 18 for another 9 darter in Brighton. There it is! Rob Cross pins the second 9 darter of the night, and once again limbs and beer everywhere in the Brighton centre. Magnificent stuff.
Absolutely deserved, because his performances this evening have been pinpoint. He deserved perfection, and he has got it on double 18. Opted not to finish a leg on that double last time out, but he has done so to complete the 9 darter
and lead by 4 legs to 2. Aspinall looking for a maximum of his own. Well, a 177 to start off leg number 7. It's 4-2 to Cross, and they're still taking it in the crowd behind the 2 protagonists that they have witnessed 2 perfect legs in 1 Premier League night.
Yeah, for Rob Cross in 2016 he hit a 9 darter on the Challenge Tour in Wigan, 2019 on the Players' Championship, 2020 in the Summer Series, the Players' Championship, but now he has got one on television in the Premier League, and it has come on the South Coast. So,
has to resettle himself. It wasn't very good first visit for Cross. And Aspinall's got a chance to get back within a leg here. 3-4-8 cross plays 1-8-4 Aspinall in leg number 7.
60.
Well, if Alex Crook, our chief football correspondent, isn't covered in beer at this point as he sits out in the audience in the Brighton Centre, I want to know why when I next speak to him.
I expect him to still be covered when he comes in for his next shift.
Every chance. Every chance.
Rob Cross wants to avoid the same fate as Luke Humphries earlier this evening against him, because Cool Hand hit a 9, went on to lose to voltage. And now Nathan Aspinall has set up nicely on his throw, albeit. He's left double 16 with voltage back on 2-4-8 minus these.
Still a bag of nails from Cross, not down to a finish, nowhere near it, so Aspinall's got all the time in the world to pin double 16. Steps back from the hockey and resets and pins it. Nicely done. So after the euphoria of leg 6, leg 7 is a pretty straightforward leg for Nathan Aspinall, but he's still a breakdown. It's 4-3 to Rob Cross, needs 2 legs more to advance to the final to take on Luke Littler, and that last leg was a mere blip for voltage. Under the max. Well, we said if he could keep this level up, he would have a very good chance of winning his first ever night in this format of the Premier League, and you wouldn't back against him now. That's 4 perfect darts, and just low of the treble 20 bed with number 5. We're greedy as darts fans, aren't we? Are they just? Goodness me. You've had your VFM. 2 9-darters and they're still booing. Have a word. Have a word. Well, Aspinall just... something put him off in the crowd. He was about to launch dart 3 and he's staring somebody down in the front row. Now, was there whistling? We haven't had any of that, thankfully, so far up to this point tonight, but Aspinall just stopped his throw ahead of releasing his 3rd dart. Something in that front row disturbed him. Oh, that's a great 3rd dart.
An excellent dart, given how long it took him between throwing darts 2 and 3. And I think it must have been something that's put him off, because he's just let them know what he thought of them, and rightly so. It's such a shame and an annoyance that we have to keep mentioning it, but you've paid good money to watch this. Why wouldn't you do your best to let them produce the best possible standard? I just do not get it. I need it explained to me. You've gone to watch something wonderful, you've been treated to 2 9-darters. Why are you trying to ruin things? I don't get it.
Well, the PDC did issue a statement after the whistling that took place in Dublin a couple of weeks ago. Now, whether it was whistling that put off Aspinall, I'm not quite sure, but certainly something irritated him.
Well, you can hear a couple of whistles since that stop. You are hearing the isolated whistles, and it's Rob Cross who wants 72 to move within a leg of the final and a meeting with Luke Littler. Well low of the treble 20 segment. Now wants double 16.
Only got 1 dart at it, and it's just inside. So Aspinall can break back here, Abby. 67 to bring us back to 4-4.
Yeah, he's trying to use that annoyance, that frustration in the right way here, Nathan Aspinall, trying to channel it. Double 16 is the target for him now too. And he comes just inside as well. Slaps his hands together because he knows there's a grimace on his face. That was an opportunity. He feels he won't be coming back.
Double 8 for Cross, only 1 dart left in hand. He's having to shift all the way across to the left-hand corner of the hockey, and he hits single 11. There was barely a bed to see, and he angrily snatches the darts out the board because Aspinall's got another chance to break back here. Shrug of the shoulders and an exhalation of breath from the Asp. Double 8 he needs. Just half an inch outside. Half an inch inside with dart 2. Double trouble here in Brighton, double 4. That's more like it. And a big come on from Aspinall because we're all square. at 4-4. I should remind you as well, Alex Crook, who we mentioned, our chief football correspondent, I would hope he is behaving himself, because my producer reminds me that he's on in the morning from 10 a.m. with Scott Minto
From Brighton?
and Troy Deeney. No, from talkSPORT Towers, from the 17th floor.
It might be from Brighton now.
Looking up at the stars. No, he'll be in talkSPORT Towers tomorrow, but you may not want to look out the window. Might get a bit of vertigo looking all the way down from the 17th floor. Well, he'll have plenty to say about this, I'm sure, having been out in amongst the crowd to witness 2 9-darters in one night.
And so much else as well on top of that. We have really been treated to a spectacular night of darts. And it isn't over yet.
No, this game's back in the balance. And as you said, Abby, Luke Humphries couldn't turn a 9-dart leg into a victory. Rob Cross does not want to befall the same fate.
Yeah, I'd like to get the opinion of Chris Mason later on this. You know, how much does that play on a player's mind? Because we've seen it with Dimitri Vandenberg, where he just didn't celebrate a 9-darter at all because he was so conscious of the adrenaline dip. How much does it play on a player's mind when they hit a 9-darter? You know,
Well,
don't become another statistic, don't lose this match from here. And does it change your mindset sometimes into a bit of a more negative one as a result?
Dimitri could hit 3 9-darters in a row and still try and be all zen about it. Aspinall coming down from 260 with a 140 visit. So this is his throw in leg 9. He's down to 120, one of each on the 20s. Cross trying to come down from 202 to great dart to treble 20 dart 2. Follows it with dart 3. So pressure on Aspinall for Shanghai on the 20s here.
Just stay straight with dart number 1. That's the first aim, but gets the treble, so now it's single for tops. Climbing the ladder. And he does pin it. That is absolutely excellent from the Asp. You've seen Rob Cross hit a 9-darter. He's had to deal with a couple of unsavoury things going on in the crowd behind him. Unsettling to some, that would be, but that's his second ton plus outshot. And in true Nathan Aspinall style, he may be 13 points below his opponent on the averages, but that is why they are just a guide in this game. They don't tell you everything. Yeah,
heavy scoring's one thing. It's all about what happens at the climax of legs. And at the moment, Aspinall is just one leg away, and Cross on throw puts in a trebleless visit of a single 20, single 19, single 18, just to open the door. Slightly ajar for Aspinall. Can he kick it open? Well, 100 puts him half a dart ahead in this 10th leg.
He's got that spring in his step again now, Nathan Aspinall, as he retrieves the darts, tears them out of the board. But an important 2 treble visit from Voltage. I always say, Aspinall, you know he's in the mood when he looks like he's chewing a wasp.
He's got about 3 in there, I reckon. Incidentally, according to our colleague Mark Wilson, you and me were the 9-darts pigs. Don't forget goal pigs. We've both been in the chair when those 9-darters have been hit.
I've been called worse.
So yeah, me too. Now Aspinall trying to get down to a finish. Oh, from 205, 120 hit and went for ball. 145 scored, so he's down to 60 for the match. You sense this has got to go, this 112 for Cross. Treble 19 hit. Another 19 leaves him on double 18, which he hit for the 9-darter. And he's pinned it for a ton plus finish just when he needed it most to take us to a deciding leg. Brilliant stuff from Voltage, not done yet.
We've seen 4 ton plus checkouts in this one. All have been hugely significant. Voltage, of course, the 141 to complete the 9, and that 112 to save his skin in this one. Aspinall got the darts in the decider, and he is making them count.
Oh, maximum from the Asp. How can Cross respond to that? Well, he's coming downstairs to the 19s. Well, it's decent. So a 1-3-4 from Cross, but Aspinall back in. Fourth dart underpitched into small 20, comes down for the 19s and finds 4 of those in the end. So what can Cross do here? He's got to put in a 140, I would suggest.
Yeah, having to come downstairs. He blocked the treble 20 bed with dart number 1. Does find a treble with the 18s, but he is chasing. It is very much advantage Aspinall at the moment. He should be first down to a finish. First dart above the treble 20 bed, couldn't use it as a guide into the treble.
Meant for treble 18 and a trebleless visit. So 167 is an outshot for Aspinall. Cross trying to come down from 274. It's 5-all in this semi-final for the right to face Luke Littler. Oh, Cross is all over the show here. Single 7, single 19. Paul, just when he needed a ton plus score. Aspinall can take the match with a 167 if he chooses to go for the 3-dart haul.
Yeah, he's got time on his side. Cross on 228, treble 20 pinned. Just a single with dart number 2, so it is set up. Takes a little step though as he goes to retrieve his darts, that says he's not overly happy with dart number 3, and the pressure has been applied by Rob Cross. He's down to 48 if this 70 doesn't go. A huge puff of the cheeks from the Asp.
Treble 18 for double 8, single 18 hit. So that's 52 left. 20 for double 16. It is indeed. Double 16 for the match for Nathan Aspinall. Gets it with only the 1 dart he needed. And for the second time tonight, a player hitting a 9-darter is vanquished in Brighton in the Premier League. But for Luke Humphries, read the man who beat him in the quarter-final, Rob Cross, dumped out by Nathan Aspinall, who's through to face Luke Littler.
What an incredibly entertaining semi-final we have just witnessed there. Nathan Aspinall heading straight off the stage because he must be exhausted and exhilarated in equal measures there after that one. He really did have to dig deep at times. There was some brilliance in there as well. The Shanghai finish, one of a number of standout moments, but his finishing dance was so good throughout that contest. Just that little bit steadier, and then in the decider when it really mattered, his timing was superb. A 15-darter, but kicked it off with that 180, putting the pressure on his opponent from the outset. Timing excellent, and how good is it to see Nathan Aspinall back producing performances like this back to back.
And he is back in a Premier League final. Second time this year that he's reached the final match of the night, and he will take on Luke Littler next. Chris Mason will join me for that one. Abby, thank you for being with us as always tonight. Abby Davies, part of our team here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. We'll be back next with the climax to week 5 in Brighton. Littler against Aspinall is next. Well, when it comes to the Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap throwing you off your game. Threat Protection Pro helps you dodge bogus sites, and with the Dart Web Monitor, you'll get a heads up if your personal info starts circulating in the online equivalent of the Madhouse. Just go to nordvpn.com/dartsvpn and you'll get 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal as well. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Littler against Aspinall next up for you.